Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It's KZ Foxter. Today we're gonna have a Toulon gameplay. However, I'm not going to talk about this gameplay right here. I'm going to talk about how Toulon is in the current patch. If you a long-time subscriber, you may have known that from last season I was playing a tons of Toulon. I was making tons of Toulon videos, but once patch 3.0 hit, I kind of stopped making Toulon videos. Only made a couple Toulon videos. Not really, just not as much I was making for the last patch. So there has been a couple reasons why Toulon is really bad. That's why I've been just making way less videos compared to the last patch on this hero. And if you are not a Toulon main, I really recommend you just turn off this video and then go to watch some other mid lane heroes that you want to learn about. Toulon is definitely not one of the heroes you pick in mid lane right now. If you want to enjoy the game or have a good matchup in mid lane. So the reason being that there has been a couple nerfs on this hero, and just the current patch, the environment in enchant system is not very friendly towards this hero. So I'm going to give you the exact reason why Toulon is bad right now. So reason number one is there has been a nerf to Toulon's second skill recharge time in the patch 3.0. Your early game recharge time on your S2, has been a longer recharge time right now on your S2. So if you guys may notice from my earlier videos from last patch, I always try to use my S2 to fast clear the first wave and then just go into the enemy jungle, whether taking the small camp close to mid lane or taking the small camp close to top lane. But right now, since they have increased your recharge time by 1 second in the early game, I think you can no longer do that. What that means is Toulon doesn't really have a strong early game anymore. Your pre-level 4 early game is weaker than it was before. So for a hero like Toulon, because his range, his skill shot range is not as far as other heroes. You name a few, Liliana, Kreda, Natalia. He just doesn't have that long of a cast range. His skill shot doesn't go that far, right? So you need some kind of strong early game to make up for it. But once the nerf hit on Toulon by the patch 3.0, your early game is gone. It's absolutely garbage now. And it's not absolutely garbage, but it's the same as any other mage. But other mage can make a better impact in the in late game stage, whereas you cannot, because you need to just have a strong early game to actually make an impact in late game. Over here you can see I got a solo kill on Natalia, only because that she overstepped and tried to get the river bush vision. Toulon is still good on that perspective. It's just he's still good at getting the river vision 1v1. Any other mage 1v1 against Toulon is not gonna be easy. But Toulon still have counters. Like L'Oreal, you can't, if you play Toulon into a L'Oreal, I think you're just gonna have a hard time, really hard time. But if you look back to where last patch, where Toulon placed in the last patch, I think last match you can win that matchup as Toulon against L'Oreal, but this patch I don't think you can. I think you can no longer do that. Valor is just that much better compared to last patch because of the enchantment system. And then that brings my second point. With the new enchantment system, other hero can benefit a lot from the enchantment system. A lot of hero that is not playable in the last patch, they are playable now just because that enchantment system is what's introduced. Heroes like L'Oreal, that's one big mage hero in mid lane that got buffed really hard by the enchantment, because she can just use Devil's Awakening, use her ultimate to reset the cooldown on S1 and S2, and just do tons of damage in team fight. And as Toulon, you can't really do that. I don't think you can really do that. You know, you have to choose this whole thunder thing, holy thunder, to maximize your poke damage. Otherwise, you just do no damage early on. You still need, as Toulon, the most important thing is early game. You need to snowball, you need to get ahead in farm, you need to get ahead in gold. That's how you make sure that your passive is doing a lot of damage when it gets on the enemy. So like, you need that much gold to make sure your passive hurts. Otherwise, you're just gonna be useless in the mid game and in the late game. Like I said earlier, because he has a short cast range, his skill shots goes really short. And the other thing about the enchantment system is that, so I guess I already said the second thing about enchantment system is Toulon has to go for the Holy Thunder. If you just go for the 3rd tier yellow shield, the shield that if you get damaged 30% of your maximum health, you get a shield. If you choose that one, I've tried a couple games. I just don't think that's really ideal for Toulon because, I mean, for sure you're more tanky. You're not afraid of being ganked anymore. But at the same time, you're missing out on the damage part by a lot, I think. So even though I tried a couple games, I don't like choosing that shield on Toulon at all. Whereas if you just gonna choose a shield, you might as well just play a tank in mid, right? If your team doesn't expect you to do damage, you can just choose a shield and you go for full tanky Arcana, as long as you can clear the wave and then rotate with the team and just be a tank for them. But that's not fun. That's not fun at all. That's not the reason, you know, maybe you guys start playing mid. That's definitely not the reason why I started playing mid. I want a high damage dealer. I want a character with high DPS. I want a character, you know, it feels like mage-like, not like a tank, a melee character that, you know, it's just really it's just take away the gaming experience for me. So the two big points, the first point, like I said earlier, is the nerf that being brought to Toulon has really, and the first point being the nerf that brought to Toulon, and the second point being the enchantment system, which is also bad for Toulon. So both those points combined is making this hero a garbage, absolutely garbage hero. So, which is why I said earlier in the video, if you're just a new player trying to learn how to play Toulon, I recommend you to close this video and then just go watch some other mid hero gameplays, you know, learn about those heroes, how to play those heroes, because right now this hero is still absolutely garbage. It's just really bad. So in the next patch, I don't know whether that's a good news or a good piece of news or not, but in the next patch, they're buffing Toulon's ultimate. So right now, you have to get a kill to get your ultimate cooldown refresh, which is like a 80% cooldown refresh, and once you level out, it might go higher. But in the new patch, in the next patch, right now it's on the test server. Once that patch goes live, you don't have to get a kill to refresh your ultimate cooldown anymore. You can a kill or assist on the target before your Thunderbird hit the target. If the target dies, you get the cooldown refresh, 80% cooldown back to you. So eventually it means even if you don't kill the target and your teammate kills the target, you still get the refresh on your ultimate, and they're just buffing a little bit. They're buffing the damage by a little bit for his ultimate. But even though if it's like that, even though it's a buff on his ultimate, I still don't think he can make that much of an impact. I still don't think that he's going to be as good as Lydiana and Raz and those long range hero in the late game. You know, that's a pretty good buff. But if the buff happened in the last patch, I think he would definitely be God. Be a God tier hero. You know, maybe even better than Hayate, or all the OP heroes that's constantly being banned in the competitive scene. But even if they buff that his ultimate, this hero is still going to be garbage. So that's just what I think. But once the patch hit, we have to test it out. So there you go. That's all my opinions for today for this hero. You guys are not going to see a Toulon gameplay on my channel in the near future. We'll have to see how good he is after the next patch. But right now, I'm just gonna stop playing him and choose something else to make. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you agree on my ideas. But if you have any other idea, or if you don't agree with what comment I had, you're welcome to leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will see you next time.